Hi, my name is Tiana Karamayas and I'm a Cavoodle puppy coach and breeder for Noodle Way and River City Puppies. As a coach, my philosophy is simple. A Cavoodle should always complement your lifestyle, not complicate it. And this is the foundation to everything I teach. For almost the past decade, I have been working in the breeding, training, grooming, and veterinary sectors of the small animal industry. I've also been raising Cavoodles for the past 16 years, so I have definitely learned a thing or two about the breed along the way. Now this podcast is all about Cavoodles. Raising Cavoodles, training Cavoodles, grooming Cavoodles, breeding Cavoodles, and how to shape the behaviour of a Cavoodle puppy. So if you're a Cavoodle parent or you are looking at adding a Cavoodle to your family soon, then this podcast is for you. New episodes will be released each Tuesday morning and you can follow me across all social media under the name @OodleWay for more tips and advice on Cavoodles. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, welcome back to episode 9 of the Cavoodle Coach podcast Rebooted. My name is Tiana Karamayas and I'm your host. In today's episode, I want to talk about the power behind the word no. Now, I think the industry, the training industry for dogs right now is going through lots of changes. And there's been a really big rise in something called positive reinforcement training, which means we reward the behavior we want to see in our dogs, and then we ignore the behavior we don't want to see. And through this training, you're doing it without any force or any punishment or any negative training. So it's a really nice way to train your dogs. And for little dogs like Cavoodles who are very sensitive, it definitely suits them so well. They naturally want to do things that gets your attention and that pleases you and that gets them treats. So if they're not getting a treat or if they're not getting your attention for something, they very quickly start to stop doing that and do the thing that does get your attention. And that's why positive reinforcement training is so powerful. However, I have been working in the training industry now for a few years for Cavoodles, more than a few years, quite like 4 years now, 4 or 5 years, 4 years probably. I can't remember, something like that. I've been working for quite a few years in it, and I've been coming across the same sort of problem all the time. And what that is a family gets a Cavoodle puppy, they do positive reinforcement training, and they're so hyper aware of making sure that everything is positive, that when the puppy does something they don't want the puppy to do, they're not sure how to address it or how to handle it when ignoring it doesn't fix it and doesn't stop the behavior. And so I want to talk about why it is still so important to use the word no for your puppy, and how important it is to use that word no to form the boundaries within your household. So when I explain this to people, I always like to use this same example. I say, imagine you had a toddler who went into the kitchen and picked up a knife. You're probably going to tell them no, quite sternly, because it's dangerous and they cannot just go and play with knives. That's what we have to think about with puppies. If your puppy is going to do something like chewing on a power cord, which can be dangerous, they need to be very firmly reminded that that's not appropriate. The key to then make it positive is you have to divert their attention onto something they can do. And if your puppy is trying to chew on a power cord, it's telling you a few things. It's telling you, number 1, Mum, Dad, my teeth are sore, I need to chew on something. And number 2, Mum, Dad, I'm a bit bored right now. Can you do something can you give me something to entertain me? So what you'd want to do is, if your dog tries to chew on the power cord, it's a big firm no, because that's not allowed, it's dangerous. And then you divert your puppy onto giving them something they can chew on. You could get a kangaroo tendon and stuff it inside of a Kong, and then they can chew on that. Or you can go and give them a popsicle if you've pre-made popsicles. And that's how you make it positive. You divert their behavior onto you divert the dog from the behavior you don't want onto the behavior you do want, but you use that word no to form that boundary. Now, to make this effective, the easiest way to form boundaries with your puppy in your household is you have to be on top of it. So the first time the puppy goes to touch that power cord, that's when you have to give them a big, strong, firm no, and then you divert them. If your puppy has already played with the power cord 10 times before you catch them doing it, or you bother to do anything about it, your puppy's doesn't really know the consequence of their actions. The communication is unclear, and when communication isn't clear between you and your puppy, boundaries aren't set, the puppy's not going to do what you want, everyone gets confused, everyone gets stressed, and when you get stressed and you're frustrated, the puppy gets stressed and frustrated, and then it doesn't know what to do, and then it starts doing more things that you don't like, and then it's just a big kerfuffle, a big mess. Pretty much how it goes. So you have to be on top of your puppy, and that's the most important thing when you bring your puppy home is we want to focus on shaping the behavior we want to see in the household. It's all well and good to teach them how to sit perfectly and lie down perfectly, but that doesn't actually teach your puppy how to act in your home and how to exist in your home. You know, they've come into your home, they are the child, you are the parent. You have to show them what's appropriate behavior and what's not appropriate behavior. So you need to be able to be there, presently be there, so that you can direct them onto things that they can do and that they can't do. Puppies, dogs, they are pack animals. They're naturally supposed to be in packs. And when they're in packs and they have siblings and they have cousins and they have aunties and uncles and then they have parents and then grandparents, there is a chain order of, authority. And a young pup would be getting shown the ropes by the older dogs in the pack. And if they went to do something they weren't allowed, I can guarantee that older dog is going to give them a little growl and say that, no, you can't do that, but you can do this instead. And you have to remember that when you bring your puppy into your household, they're still a dog, and we can be very, very positive with our training with them, but you still need to show them what's appropriate and what's not appropriate in your household. And the word no is extremely beneficial, as long as you then follow it up by showing your puppy what they can do and making it positive by using treats. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, about the power of the word no. Don't be afraid to use it. If you have a puppy, you can use it and still do positive reinforcement training. You just have to make sure that you're only using it in situations where your dog is clearly doing something that's not appropriate, like chewing a power cord, and then diverting them onto something they can chew on instead. I want to make one little note though, one little caution to you all, is if you are constantly saying no to your puppy, no, and they feel like they can't do anything at all, they're definitely going to start acting out even more. So you have to make sure that we preemptively don't have to use the word no, and then that's by following a schedule. That's by following a set routine that ensures all of your puppy's needs are met. It's by ensuring you're setting up the household correctly and showing your puppy the ropes. And this is all done not through puppy school. Puppy school doesn't teach you that. Puppy school teaches you how to sit and lie down and how to stay. It doesn't teach you about setting up the routine and shaping the behaviors of your dogs. But what will show you that is I do have a couple of courses for Cavoodles, and I am working on another project that's going to go into this. It's going to talk about shaping the behavior of your Cavoodle in even more detail, and I'm hoping to get that out before the end of the year. But for now, I have two courses if you have a puppy, Oodaway Puppy Prep and Oodaway Puppy Train, and it's all about creating a routine with your puppy so that they are getting the correct amount of socialization, enrichment, desensitization, sleep, and play in their daily routine, so that they're not doing anything because they're bored, so that they're not doing any attention-seeking behaviors, and so that they feel very fulfilled and calm and relaxed in your household. So that's Oodaway Puppy Prep and Puppy Train. If you are getting a Cavoodle, I cannot recommend enough how important it is to learn how to shape the behavior of your dog rather than just going to puppy school and teaching them how to sit and lie down perfectly. Because sitting and lie down, you'll ask them to do that. It takes 30 seconds in your day. What about the other 23 hours in your day? What are you going to do then? And that's what these courses teach you. If you are interested in those courses, I will link them down below. That's Oodaway Puppy Prep and Oodaway Puppy Train. And it's all about learning how to create a routine for your puppy and learning about the behavior of your dog and how to train them positively while still using boundaries. Okay, that's all for this episode. I will see you in the next one. This has been your Cavoodle coach, Tiana Karamayas. See you later.